I had a friend come over a long time ago to share some revelation with me, to tell me about something that he saw in Psalms 19. Little did I know that day would be a day that marked and changed my life forever because of what I heard inside of my heart. What the Spirit shared with me that day has changed me forever. I've never heard anybody say anything like this. It's completely out of the ordinary. Some of you are going to think I'm a blasphemer for sure. A lot of you are going to fully disagree with me, but I really think it's true. I personally believe it. I don't believe in too many things, but this one I definitely believe. So let's get into it. He comes over to my house. He starts sharing Psalms 19, and he's all excited about it. I'm listening to him. I'm all into it. I'm engaged into his conversation. He gets down to a list of things, and these things are like attributes of God. The law of the Lord is right. The testimonies of the Lord are perfect. The precepts of the Lord are good. The judgments or the commandments of the Lord are awesome. And the fear of the Lord is this, pure. And then the judgments of the Lord are this. And then I just hear in my heart, right then, I hear inside of me, it says, who told you fear was your responsibility? And I was like, what? And he's trying to talk to me, but I'm having a conversation with Holy Spirit in my heart now. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, is the law yours? I'm like, no. Are the precepts yours? No. Are the commandments yours? No. Are the judgments yours? No. Then whose fear is it? And I'm like just getting wrecked inside. I'm like, what are you talking about? And at the time, I'd been working in addiction ministry, helping guys out because I came out of addictions, and so that's what we do, what I mean? We go back and we help those that know the pain that we have felt and gone through. And so I know the pain of being in an addictions ministry. And he says to me, he's like, Scott, if somebody in addictions ministry goes back into the world, do you not have a fear for them? That they wouldn't go back into the pain and suffering they came from? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And he's like, that's my fear over your life. My fear is that you wouldn't experience my goodness, that you would go choose the things of the world that'll hurt you. The fear of the Lord isn't you coming to me in fear. It's a fear that I have for my children not to know me as Papa, not to know me as a good God, to shrink away in shame when they do something wrong instead of run to me for the goodness of my love and direction and instruction, to be afraid of my punishment instead of embrace my love and my grace, to run from me, to not know me, that the world wouldn't know that I'm a good God, a good Papa, a creator of man that makes good things, that my fear is my hope for you to know my love. And I was like, oh my God, like it changed me, man. It changed me from then on out. Like, then I'm wrestling with the Holy Spirit inside my heart for like weeks again after that. Like, well, what about reverence? What about when someone has a reverence for the Lord and bows before him? He said, show me in the New Testament, show me somebody who bows before Jesus. What does he do to them? What does he say? Every time somebody bowed in reverence, do not fear, stand up, is what he says to them. What's he saying? He's saying he's not looking for us to bow before him. He's looking for us to run into him, to run after him and grab him and hold him. He's looking for us to fall onto his chest like John did. He's looking for us to be just uncontrolled, not uncontrolled, but like a childlike love towards him. The fear of the Lord is not your responsibility. It's not the way you see God. It's his. The fear of the Lord. The law is his. Go look it up. Psalms 19. The law of the Lord. The testimonies of the Lord. The commandments of the Lord. The judgments of the Lord. The fear of the Lord. These things are his towards us. And then I held my baby boy in my hands. The first time I had my son in my arms. Growing up as an addict, I never thought I'd ever be a dad. I wasn't worthy of it. I was never going to be a dad. I didn't want to bring somebody into this world. I was a mess. I was chaos. Like, there's no way I can be a dad. And so, holding my son in my arms for the first time, I looked down at him, and I finally understood for sure. I knew for a fact the fear of the Lord was that he would always know I love him. That he would always know that I got his back. That he would always know that I'm going to be there for him. I'll never not love him. There's nothing he could do to get me to not love him. The fear of the Lord. If you stand in this fear of the Lord, it'll bring you wisdom. It'll bring you insight. It'll lead you into the paths of righteousness because you know your daddy's good. You know he loves you. You know his instructions for you are pure and wonderful. You know that he has a healthy, hopeful fear over your life, that you would experience the best of who he is and who you are together. This is the fear of the Lord. I mean, how else could it be anything else? How else could he be anything else but good? You know what I mean? How could this be anything else but good? He's supposed to be this. He's good. He's a good father. He's better than we know. Even so much so that this demand that we get back to a fear of the Lord has been twisted by the enemy, that we'd be afraid of God, that we'd show up in reverence and bow before him and give him his space, and we wouldn't dare embrace him as a child, that we wouldn't run to him and jump on his lap and completely disrupt the courtroom, disrupt the area where he's sitting, and make ourselves known that I'm here, Papa. I'm here for you. I love you. Love me back, please. I need you. I desire you. I want you forever. Don't ever let me go. And his fear over your life is that you would know that he's never, ever, ever going to let you go. There's nothing that can separate you from his love and who he is towards you and who he wants to be with you. So please get this. The fear of the Lord is not you being afraid of God in terror. It's not you being in reverence to him. It's him being in love with you.